The LA Rams have spent the last couple of weeks basking in the Southern California sunshine, also basking in the glow of their win overseas the last time they played. Their challenge this week: don't go flying in thinking the Empire doesn't know you're coming. They take on the 1-7 New Orleans Saints. The 1-7 part, the most accurate adjective you can apply to their team right now.
Saints drop to 1-7.
Don't walk into a trap. With the Jets getting on the board finally, Saints are now in the running to show up at the 32 spot in all those power rankings. Not sure they're rock bottom either, but after only managing 3 points versus Tampa Bay and turning the ball over 4 times, they're close to it.
Rattler's pass is picked off and taken into the end zone for a touchdown by Anthony Nelson.
Points per game average down to 16 now, under 22 points in 7 of 8 games. Only 2 teams averaging fewer yards per play. Spencer Rattler hit the pine last week in favor of Tyler Shuck. Couldn't tell the difference. Each guy with 0 touchdowns and 1 pick, 136 yards, 128 yards, both sub-70 rates.
Shuck's pass. Oh no! Ball taken away by Winfield.
Holy mismatch, Batman. That offense, stacked against a Rams defense that should be getting way more pub, have held their last 2 opponents to 7 and 3 points. Under 21 points, 5 of 7 games, holding teams to 16 per contest, top 5 in points per game, 3rd down, and 1st in the red zone.
Is sacked for the 6th time today, with the Rams defense feasting and Lawrence's long day getting longer.
No Waldo to attack in their secondary. Quentin Lake holding his targets to a 76 rating. Kobe Durant, 51. Darius Williams, 65. Cam Curl, 74. Their secondary holding quarterbacks to an 84 rate and just 6.4 yards per attempt.
Double tipped and almost caught by De'Ami Brown, and it is the 4th turnover on downs of the game for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Saints QB duo sacked 5 times last week.
Rattler under pressure, and he will be sacked back at the 50-yard line.
Okay, well, at least the Bucs pass rush has the 3rd most bags. How many does LA have? What's that you say? 2nd most? Jared Verse, 4 sacks, 17 QB hits, which was 2nd after 7 weeks. The same amount as his buddy has, Byron Young. No one with more than Young's 9 sacks when they took their week off.
To his left, Byron Young led the charge for the Rams there.
At least you can run on them, right? Wait, well, not true. Holding running backs to 3.8 a carry, linebacker Nathan Landman racking up 67 tackles already.
And that's where it ends. Landman again.
Saints rush game, no better than Craig's dad's on Friday. Alvin Kamara with less than 32 yards and 4 straight, under 3.6 yards per carry in each. They do at least have a few pass catchers that cracked 50 yards last week. Rashid Shaheed caught 9 passes for 75 yards versus the Bucs.
Shuck on 3rd down and 19, complete to Shaheed.
Chris Olave with 63 yards on 8 catches.
And it is caught. Olave able to get both feet down in bounds.
And Juwan Johnson hauling in 53.
Take a look at Shuck's ball to Juwan Johnson, right on the money.
And their defense also heads into Week 9 with a little mojo. Held Baker Mayfield to 152 yards, just 6.3 yards per attempt, didn't allow a touchdown, held him to an 80 rate.
To the end zone and knocked down by McKinstry. Ibuka, the intended receiver.
Brought their season rating down to 102, so stopping quarterbacks hadn't been going well for them prior to last week. They've had trouble keeping teams from scoring on them too, 26 points per game allowed for 2025, but they held the Bucs to 3 for 13 on 3rd down, only 2 red zone trips, held them to 16 points.
Stays on his feet, and the pass is incomplete.
Their own offense supplied Tampa 7 points. They've held 3 teams under 21 this year. Now they take on the NFL TD passing leader after 7 weeks. Matthew Stafford threw 5 in London versus a Jags D that has good digits against quarterbacks. 3+ touchdowns in 3 of his last 4, 12 TDs, no picks over those 4, 98+ rating, 6 of 7 games.
And it is a touchdown, Terrence Ferguson.
Rams offense still has some room to grow, but it's nice to have that room to grow when you're already clicking at 25 per game, 23+ points, 5 of 7.
It's Adams, and we have history.
Stafford's protection has been top-notch, only 11 sacks taken, and hasn't faced a lot of pressure.
See, it's the linebacker bringing pressure off the edge. Says, hey, I got to break out, give my quarterback a quick option.
Saints pass rush has some teeth, averaging a little over 2 sacks a game after planting Baker 3 times. Chase Young, with 1.5, has been making the case someone should trade for him in his 3 games.
Mayfield, ball down again, ball comes loose. Saints have it.
New Orleans secondary didn't have to deal with Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, but they held Emeka Egbuka to 36 yards, Cade Otton to 40, Tez Johnson 43. Rams aerial attack trio, a Beastie Boys-like joint, Stafford, Puka, and Devontae. Nakua, as sure a shot as it gets, expected to return to action this week, 85 to 170 yards in his 5 full games, 9 catches a game, over 102 yards per game. Only Jackson Smith-Njigba has averaged more.
Looking, throws, Nakua with the catch and the touchdown!
Adams has shaken his rump 6 times in the end zone, 61 yards per game.
Fakes it to Adams. Touchdown!
Tutu Atwell, 27 yards per game. Tyler Higbee, 20 per. Kyron Williams, 23 receiving yards per game, plus 67 per along the ground. Solid 4.4 per carry so far.
Goodness, Rich, with that 6-flat 40 time of yours, I think you could have got through that hole.
Saints holding running backs to a respectable 4.1 per attempt this season after holding Rashad White and Sean Tucker under 4 a try in their loss.
Man, that is a big-time tackle, big-time play.
These two played last year, played the last 3 years in a row, actually. Rams have taken 4 of the last 5 versus the Saints. Can't do New Orleans up with a NOLA no call. They've already had a bad enough go of things. So let's revisit the days of Pac-Man and Valley Girls and of the lowest scoring game ever between these two.
But for 2 weeks at least, the Saints stood tall with the best teams their division had to offer. In back-to-back home games against the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers, the Saints proved they were ready to compete for a title. Morton Anderson kicked 2 field goals to beat Los Angeles 6-0.